Greetings, everyone. My name is Jill Cox Cordova, and I'm your host of Wait With Me. Well, actually, this is Wait With Me. I'm your host of another show, too, but we'll get to that at the end of this show. Thank you. If you're watching this in replay, I appreciate it. Or if you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate you all, too. All right. So if you've never been to this show, this is the show where I talk about my triumphs and struggles, mostly struggles, of my weight loss journey. This is my way of holding myself accountable because talking to people openly about it really helps me. And welcome, Daisy, to the show. I see you. So hello, and hello to your family if they're around you as well. Before I get to the first segment, I always start with talking about how my week has been since you last saw me. And I've been busier than ever since you last saw me. Like, I don't recall being this busy this whole year because Tony and I, my husband and I, have had a lot of projects that we're working on at once. And I'm not a multitasker. I can work on many different things at one time, but it doesn't mean that I'm excelling at all of them. So something goes by the wayside. And lately it's been me who's gone by the wayside. So this week I'm not expecting good results as part of all that I've been doing because I have been mostly sitting and writing and reading and working on different projects and connecting with people. But that leaves really only time to go to sleep, and I'm not getting much of that anymore. I had gotten to a point where I was sleeping really well, and I took a nap today, which I normally don't even do, but I was really struggling to stay awake, and I didn't think you wanted to watch me sleep for a half hour, so I did it before the show started. All right, well, let's get into segment number 1, which I call This is the Deal.
This is the deal. This is the deal.
The show episode tonight is about when doctors give you diagnoses and they're wrong. Or at least that's been the case for me pretty much my whole life. My family tells the story of how when I was a baby, unable to talk, doctors kept telling them that I just had a cold, a bad cold. But they kept taking me back to the doctor, kept taking me back. And finally, someone recommended a pediatrician that we hadn't seen. And he immediately saw that I had pneumonia in both lungs. So as a baby, I had to be hospitalized and, go through all of that. And it made me, that's probably where it started, where I don't particularly care to go to doctors. If you are a doctor or part of the medical profession, please know I respect you and I respect your expertise. But it's usually an unpleasant experience for me to even go to the doctor. So often if I go, it's because I'm at a point where I'm in so much pain or it's really gotten to the point where I can't ignore whatever is happening. So then I go. And so often doctors get mad at me because they recognize that I've been sick for quite some time and I just now made it in. So the cold versus pneumonia diagnosis was wrong. I was born with really, really low blood pressure. So people's normal blood pressure rate is high for me. So when people tell me that, when medical professionals tell me my blood pressure is normal, I always look at the number because I know that if they're saying it's normal, it's probably high. I'm used to people like, well, I know you're breathing. I can't get a pressure, on you. It's usually that low. Also, I've had sleep issues throughout my lifetime, especially well, I don't remember having it as a child, but definitely as an adult, to the point where I've been um, sent to do sleep studies. And if you've ever been to a sleep study, most of us know that you don't sleep while you're there because you're wired the entire time. And how comfortable is that? It's not. So usually I didn't get my sleep until after the sleep study was over. So therefore, they were never able to say that anything was wrong. But I always knew that something was, even if it's insomnia. But insomnia is a condition, and I wish um, I had some relief from that. Also, a while ago, many years ago, when my regular doctor was on vacation, her replacement didn't even like want to check my vitals, and she just took one look at me, um, sent me to have blood work as I requested, but was, I had to track her down to get her take on the results. But really, before I even left the office from taking the blood test, she told me I was pre-diabetic, but I wasn't back then. I wasn't. So I'm glad that my regular doctor returned and was like, "Oh, this just doesn't seem right." And she checked it again, and sure enough, I wasn't. But it's been in my file ever since that I was diagnosed as pre-diabetic a long time ago. But in reality, only recently was was I even on the lowest number you could possibly be, and be labeled pre-diabetic. Now, things that happened that medical professionals got right were, for a while I was undergoing seizures on a daily basis, maybe even several times a day. And so I went to a neurologist for a long time, and actually, it was her nurse practitioner who could see me the most often. And she really took her time with me every single visit. And she kept telling me that she thought that my seizures were because of stress, they were stress induced. And she kept telling me to just quit my job. Now, unless you're independently wealthy, that's a tall order, and I was unwilling to do it at the time. In hindsight, I wish I had listened to her right away, because eventually, to stop the seizures, that's exactly what I had to do. I had to quit my job because it was too much. And then at the same time, she sent me to a specialist for seizures, and they kept me in the hospital for 5 days trying to recreate my seizures, induce my seizures. And they found, or they concluded that it was PTSD. And at the time, I thought, from what? I mean, I've gone through a lot, but I didn't think I was traumatized from anything. But I went to a therapist, and the therapist was right. They were right. The seizure specialists were right. I had been carrying trauma for many, many, many years at that point, probably 20 years at that point. And they took me through a specific type of therapy that enabled me to remember the trauma and go back to the root without reliving it, which I think is just incredible that the mind can do that, that you can remember something without reliving it. And I'm still fascinated by that. So I say all of this to say that, and I said this last week too, I know my body most of the time better than anybody. Um, I often say when I do go to the doctor, I felt better before I got here because usually when I leave, they've given me so many diagnoses that I thought I was fine. So I want us all as people to have grace and empathy and compassion for others, because many of the things I think we as people are dealing with now are invisible disorders, invisible conditions that could really be bringing you down and you not know it. So um, I'm telling you, but I'm telling myself to pay attention. I think I had gotten to a point before I started the weight loss journey where I really wasn't paying attention. I really wasn't paying attention to my weight. I really wasn't paying attention to how I feel. I really wasn't paying attention at all. I was just going through each day doing what was on my to do list, and I was never on my to do list. So I say all of that to say pay attention to yourself because you do know more than they do. They have to get your medical history from you. Um, that's all I want to say. I just want to remind myself openly and out loud to pay attention because chances are something is going on that if you just key into yourself, you may realize. You may not be able to diagnose it because that's not my, I'm not a doctor. That's not my expertise. So I need some help with someone telling me what it is. But I guess in my case, I haven't always believed what they've told me. I just know that something's wrong. So I'm back to paying attention to see if that's the case. So this is the deal. All right. So segment number 2. Last week, my scale told me I was 129 pounds, which would have meant that I lost 20 pounds in 1 week. I really wish I had just done that, just had shown you that. But I know that this week I would have been really disappointed because I know that that's not the right number, not even close at all. So what I do know about last week is that I took measurements before and took measurements tonight. And so I know that my chest is down a quarter, but my hips are up a half inch and my waist is the same. So I'm pretty sure that whatever number comes up with the scale, and as soon as the show is over, we put new batteries in the scale. So I'm confident that the scale works. So I'm also pretty certain that whatever my weight was last week, that's probably what it is this week, since my measurements are so closely the same. So, but I'm also expecting my weight to be more than it was 2 weeks ago, because I've been so focused on the projects that I've had to do, that I've just been eating whatever, just just whatever. I haven't paid attention. See, I haven't paid attention to what I've been eating. So I expect it to be more than 149.15, which is what it was 2 weeks ago. So we'll see. See if I'm right. Because I think I know my body and I feel like I gained weight. My clothes are not fitting the same. Okay, so here we go.
I can do it, I can do it if I put my mind to it. If I put my mind to it, I can do it, do it, do it.
Okay, here I go. Try not to fall. That can't be right either. This is what it says, but I know that's wrong.
143 and 6 ounces. 143 and 6 ounces.
Oh, we're gonna do it again because I know that's not right. I know I didn't lose 6 pounds either.
I can do it, I can do it if I put my mind to it. If I put my mind to it, I can do it, do it, do it.
That's probably
150 and 13 ounces. 150 and 13 ounces.
okay. 150.13. I think that's the right one. You saw it earlier say 143, and I really don't think I lost 6 pounds in 2 weeks. Um, so I do think this one's right, but that makes me gain in from 2 weeks ago by nearly a pound. But I'll take it because I really, honestly, have not paid attention to what I've been eating, and I've actually been um, drinking more wine. To take the edge off of what I've been feeling. So I'm actually kind of happy that it's only a pound, if that's right. Like this, as you saw, the scale's just giving me random numbers. But I think that that one is accurate. So I will take it. I will take it. So it's only a pound. I can get it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. If I put my mind to it, I can do it. Okay. Well, let's get to segment number 3.
Okay, it's your turn to share.
Hi, Daisy. How are you?
I'm good. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How's your week been? How'd your class go last week?
It went really well. It's been, like
Good.
you said, it's been hectic. It's been one of those weeks where it's like I can't quite fathom how I'm getting it all done, but I'm getting it all done, and I'm going on vacation on Friday.
Oh, so this is the vacation for your reunion?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yay.
So we're
So
going
are
to be
you
on an
doing your normal
island.
things where you're having protein shakes delivered and that kind of stuff?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
good.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and see what I can do. If I can hold on at the very least and maybe even lose a little bit, that'd be great. I only lost a
That's
half a
ex.
pound this week, but you
Oh,
know,
excellent. Yay. Congratulations. Yay.
so if I could keep
Every
that
bit
off,
counts.
every bit counts. Yeah, and I haven't been doing the yoga. I just haven't had the time. I've really been working
I
until like 9:30, almost 10 o'clock at night. So it's not been in the cards.
I understand, and that's about how late I've been working too. Because I think I told you, for the past 2 or 3 weeks I've been working before my job starts, and
Right.
then this past week and a half, as soon as my day job ends, I'm working again, and it usually until 8 or 9 o'clock, which is like insane.
Yeah. I don't know that this is sustainable, but it's gonna last at least until July for me. So, and maybe into August. So, and then maybe September will be a little quieter. So we'll see about that.
That's what my aim is for as well. So maybe we can get to September together in one
Yes.
piece.
Yes. That's the goal. That's the goal. So yeah, it's been good. I mean, my classes have been going good, so that's great. I have some great students. That's always
Good.
half the battle. But
That
that
is.
means, yeah, but I haven't been doing any of my own writing, so that's not good. That's no good.
Well, it's really hard when you're teaching writing courses and therefore have to read what they're writing. It's really hard to do
Hmm.
your own. So I
It's
I
true.
understand.
Yes. So
But I know you're going
that,
to return to that too.
yeah, I am. I guess it's gonna probably be September before I can get back to it in earnest in any regular fashion. I'll try and write here and there, maybe snippets while we're in New Orleans and just chip away if I can in places.
Mhm.
I'll try to do that,
Mhm.
but not I. I don't know if that's going to happen. so, so that's really
Well,
the
I
truth.
think I think
That's all I'm
September.
doing.
Yeah, I think that's a good goal for both of us actually, because of how the summer is shaping out to be with everything on our to do list.
Yes, yes. So that's it. I'm just right now waiting for students to come into the classroom, and nobody's arrived yet. But that's okay. We still have 10 minutes for folks to arrive, and it's a fun lesson today. So that's good. But then I
That
have
is good.
a manuscript to submit to a new client tonight or tomorrow morning. So I'm nervous about that. So I think I've been holding
D-
a lot of nervous energy. I think my cortisol levels have been high, And I think I've been holding on to a lot of stress, and that's not been helping the weight loss.
I understand, but yet you still lost a little bit.
A little bit,
And
yeah.
I think for us, if we don't have time to get in the yoga or much of the exercise at all, then it does come back to nutrition. But you've always been a healthy eater, I think.
Yeah, I fell off the wagon though, and the wagon rolled over me one night when I made fettuccine with this cream sauce, salmon, and caviar and Parmesan cheese. So
Ooh, that
it
sounds
was
really
decadent.
good.
It
That sounds
was really good.
great.
It was very decadent, and I know that's not in the meal plan, but I felt like I hadn't made it in so long, and I thought, okay, I'm just gonna do it. So I did it.
And you should, like, every now and then, you know how I feel about restricting yourself, because when you
Yeah.
restrict it, then you keep thinking about it until you do get it, so you might as well just have it.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like this week, I think I'm feeling like it's been such a grind that like I had a
Mm-hmm.
hamburger yesterday for dinner, which also is not really on the plan, but I felt like it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this
No,
week is
I
really going to
can
be
fully relate.
yeah. This
I
week
can
I'm just
fully relate.
forgiving myself. Yeah, you
Yep,
have to
yep.
sometimes, I
That
think.
You really do, especially when you have as much going on as you have going on. Yesterday, Tony, I had been really good about not eating chips at all. And then, I don't know, was it 2 weeks ago, Tony, that I discovered the chips that you probably had been eating all along, but they were in my line of sight. I just saw them. And so if I saw them, I had to eat them.
Well, I tried to hide them from you so the label wasn't facing out.
But there was a picture of a chip, so I still knew what it was.
I didn't think you would see it.
Oh, it was like right here, where I could see it. And so I ate some of the chips, but I kept saying to him, "But I like jalapeno chips. Do we have jalapeno chips? I like jalapeno chips." And I kept saying that to the point where he got some jalapeno chips.
Okay,
He went and bought some. So I had some yesterday, but I
okay,
didn't go crazy with it this time
right,
because and I'm sure I would have had I been restricting myself from it.
right.
Um, but he also got healthy chips for me too that I like. So I
Okay,
ended up mixing them so that I wouldn't eat more of the jalapeno chips, and but I was still full from it.
right. Right.
So no,
So
I don't
um,
believe in restricting myself.
yeah, because I rebound then if I do that. Then I go really hog wild, and that's never good. So, yeah. So, so we're just trying to get things together, and that's about it. That's about it. So I'll probably, I don't know if I'll be able to join next week. I'll have class, but I don't know what we'll be doing before class.
Before. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand, especially when
So,
when you're in New Orleans. Like
yeah.
if I don't see you, I know you're doing something fun, and that's good too.
Yeah. Yeah.
you
It could be
know,
that I'm just pushing it before class starts. But I will try. I will always try. So I enjoy
that's
coming
right.
and
You
visiting.
do.
So I'm gonna hold on, see if I can maintain, maybe even lose a little bit. I've done it before. I can do it again. I can do it. I
That's
can
right.
do
You
it.
have. You
Yes.
can do it. You
So
can do it.
yes, I'm gonna keep that song in my head and see if I can hold on. Fortunately, my sister has a pool, so I'm gonna be able to relax in the pool. I don't really usually swim laps, but if it's warm water, I might try swimming, get a little exercise that way. Do
That's
some,
great. And even if you
you know,
walk from one end to the other, that's good.
yeah,
Great exercise too.
yeah. So we'll see. I might get in a little water exercise. We'll see how it goes.
Fun. I love it.
Yeah. So you'll get dispatches from New Orleans if If not for the next week, will definitely try the week after, because that'll be close to the end of the trip and things should have calmed down by then.
Okay. Well, I look forward to that. And I hope everyone
Okay,
has a wonderful time. Tell everyone I said hello.
I will. And
And
I'm sure
Dina,
that
her birthday's around that time too, isn't it?
her birthday's on Saturday.
Okay, so tell Dina I said happy birthday, happy early
I will
birthday.
absolutely do that. So you take care, and I will talk to you soon, okay?
Okay, all right, thank you, and have a great class tonight too.
Thank you so much. I'll see y'all later.
Okay.
Now, let's see if I have the technology to leave and then go.
You can do
All
it.
right,
You can do
I can do it.
it.
Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye. And she did it. Okay, well, let's get to my next segment. It's always fun talking to Daisy.
I can do it. I can do it. If I put my mind to it. If I put my mind to it, I can do it, do it, do it.
I don't remember what my goal was for this week, so I guess I didn't do it. I think my goal was to just get back on track. That's what it was. It was to just get back on track. Clearly, I didn't do that. Because I just now like, what was I supposed to do? So, and I think it's somewhat unrealistic for me to say I'm going to get back on track during a holiday weekend too. So, because I still have all those things to do that Daisy and I were just talking about. Plus, it's a holiday where everyone's feeling festive and everything. So my goal will be, I think, to not gain weight, to at least maintain the weight I was at tonight, which is 150.13. So my goal is to just maintain. That's it.
Yeah, and I think maybe we should go for a walk.
That should be fun. As long as you don't make me get up too early to do it.
Well, you should because
It gets
we're
hot.
in Georgia.
It really gets hot early. You are
Yes,
correct.
so we would probably need to do it early when it's still cool and it gets
Yep.
hot very quickly.
It does. It does. All right. Well, I would be up for that. So,
Cool.
all right. I'm adding that as my goal is to take at least one walk with you.
Wonderful.
All right. Yay! That'll be fun. I haven't done that in years together.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. All right. Well, in about an hour, Tony and I are doing I'm Right. And tonight's topic is whose job is more important? That's really funny to me. That's a funny question to ask. I definitely have thoughts about that. The music you're listening to now is called Suns Out International by Good Day Production, and the segment music that you heard is called Real Cool Sunglasses by That Core Beat. I am back next week, and I'm talking about, my board is over there, but we're talking about body image check-in. I've done a show about how I'm feeling about my body image, but I just want to do a check-in, like reassess where I'm standing mentally with my body image. All right, well, that's about it. See you in about an hour, maybe, or next week. I hope you have a wonderful holiday weekend. Thank you. Bye, everybody.